It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference brings supreme tonight. It's the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Yorn on the call in this one. Brock, couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Enough built up. The ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And here we go from New Orleans. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the final quarterback taken in the first round of this year's draft. A lot of experience from Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Nix. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB in you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. Leading them out in year 11. He's played 15 or more games every season in the league. A real Iron Man, Derek Carr.
One thing you can always trust about Carr is to give you a lot of games and a whole lot of numbers as a starter each and every season. He's just got a lightning quick release. I love watching him throw a football, but he's not gotten a lot of chances at postseason moments, and time is not on his side.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And that run very short, only getting to the 27. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground with Kamara. Still has room inside the 15. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Kamara. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. It's 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. The back's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
3rd and goal, here's Carr. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Bronc. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Blake Grupe to try the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Denver offense taking the field for their second drive. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Mix again on 2nd and 10. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Nix from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute, convert on these 3rd downs.
Broncos looking at a punt on 4th down, and Riley Dixon on to handle that. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the 1st down play.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is reeled in by Kamara. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Carr with it on first. Toward the sideline, and he locates Johnson. And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Carr here from the gun. Taken in by Shaheen. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take a 13-0 lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Group B to try that point after. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock, but what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Well, now this defense is in the driver's seat, Kate, right? When you make a stop like that on first down, now it's your discretion of just how aggressive you want to be following that play up.
They give on second to Kamara. Room to run inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 2-score game early. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. Going to the ground again on first. Escapes a defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Another run for Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. Second and goal coming up. Another shot for Kamara. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's third and goal. Pistol snap to Carr. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Throwing his Carr. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints parlay the interception into points. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Broncos. Well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Group B to try the point after. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Throwing on first down, Nix. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
On second down, a run with Williams. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Finds a man on the right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They're running the option, short side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Straight ahead with Williams. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Nix. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You know, anytime you see a player tapping his chest, I'm not a great lip reader, but I know exactly what that says. My bad. My fault. Quarterback delivers him a good ball. He knows that's one he should have caught.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Saints send running back Alvin Kamara trotting back out to the field. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running behind center with Kamara. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints with 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Carr. That's caught for the 1st. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on it, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
They're set up at the 35 now. Carr now on 1st and 10. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Hitting Olave on the slant. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Throwing again, it's Carr. This one's hauled in on the left side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released, and that sure altered the throw.
They go play action with Carr. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Carr. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've got first down from the 31. He'll throw it yet again. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints boat racing them to the halftime locker room. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his fourth first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Group B to try the point after. That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Broncos get the football, not a lot of time left in the half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum before halftime here, Brock, or if they just choose to head off and lick their wounds. First and 10 now from the 30. To throw, here's Nix. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Again on second and 10, Nix. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studio. This is the Halftime Report. For the Saints, this is why they signed him. They got a strong performance from their quarterback, Derek Carr. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half. Because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
To return this, Rashid Shaheed. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Saints and Derek Carr about ready to get back to work. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. 4 of them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Puts his body on the line, and he got it! He picks up 15 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the Combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Carr setting to throw. No hesitation, and that one's caught. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Carr throwing on 3rd. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. It's away, came off his foot wrong instantly, low and short here. This one down right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. First and 10 now from the 30. Nix from the gun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football. It is a part of the game, even for the very best. Nothing more to do about it now than shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be coming right back your way.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Nix to throw. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football, even from the best at every level. Nothing more to do but shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be right back your way.
And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Run here with Kamara. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. A run now with Kamara. And this one doesn't go far. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Here's Carr. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
Fair catch called for and made a little shy of midfield. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Broncos get set to take over. New set of downs for him from the 46. Nix with it on 1st. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners.
And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Here's a throw on the out route. Complete. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Cut by Sutton. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
4th and 3, drive on the line. A tight end in motion now. Going for it, it's Williams. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
The Saints back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Kamara running out of the gun. And he'll get them forward here up to the 24-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Saints have it as we start the 4th, and they can probably go on cruise control with that lead. Third and a lone yard coming up. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They are running from the gun with Kamara. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Now Kamara has a lane past the 45. And he's finally brought down up at the 48. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Good for the Saints.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We did it right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you wish you.
Now a run with Kamara. And he has enough room to gain about 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Kamara gets it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Motioning him from the slot right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Carr off the play fake. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it sets up 2nd down. This is Kamara. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Carr here from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Nix. Throw complete to Williams. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Broncos hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap to Nix. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. So now they have 3rd and short.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Give all the credit to the coverage on that one. Even with plenty of time to throw, they never gave him a lane to complete it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Another run for Kamara. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, half the hay is in the barn when you get 5 on 1st down. And now they're in such a good spot where you can attack those other 5 yards in any way you want.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he finds him enough room to get it up to the 42-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
So fans starting to scream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And if they could play at this level every timeout, their coaches would be happy as they could be. Total team effort, a dominating victory. So for Brock Dewar, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time.